Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday, and here we are getting to the end of March. It's supposed to be spring, but it's still kind of cloudy and gloomy here, but I think that's partly what spring is. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're being blessed. I wanted to share a very comforting thought that came to me this week as I was reading through, looking at, and thinking about the Bible and God's Word. Here in the book of Genesis, we begin with a very powerful, big God. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And then in Genesis 1, we see God doing all these amazing things. He seems so big, so massive. And I think at times in our lives, it feels like God is so big, that he is the God of the universe, and he's so in control of everything that does he even take notice of little old me? Maybe you've felt like that before. Sometimes we need God to be big and powerful and the God of the universe, but sometimes we need God to be the one who comes very close to us when we're hurting and suffering. And so in Genesis, we don't only get that big picture of God, we get another picture of God, and it's very amazing that we see this. It's in the story of Genesis chapter 16. It's the story of Hagar. A lot of us don't talk a lot about Hagar and her son Ishmael. Hagar got mixed up in this whole thing with Sarah and Abraham, and ended up having a son for Abraham, and then Sarah was not happy about that, so Hagar leaves. She runs away when she's pregnant. And what's fascinating is God goes to Hagar, this servant girl, goes to her and talks to her. And listen to what she says in verse 13 of Genesis 16. Then she called the name of the Lord who spoke to her, "You are the God who sees." For she said, "Have I also have seen him who sees me." How amazing is that? And then eventually Hagar does bear a son. She gives birth to Ishmael. But I love this little verse here where she says, "Have I seen the God who sees me?" And that reminded me that God is not, in the Bible, he's not just the God of the universe who controls everything, who holds the constellations in his hands. He's also the God who comes very close to us when we're hurting, when we're uncertain of what to do. He's the God who sees us. So I hope you'll remember that when those hard days come, when you end up like Hagar, just uncertain of what to do and where to go and where to turn. I hope you realize that God sees you. If you're going through hardships right now, if you're struggling with things, God sees you and he wants to help. If you're joyous and everything's going wonderful in your life, God sees you and he wants to rejoice with you. So remember this amazing, huge, big God of the universe. He sees us and he cares about us. Friends, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you'll join us this coming Sabbath for our Bible study time at 9:30 and our worship time at 11. It's Global Youth Day that we're celebrating, and so I hope everybody will come and support either online or in person our young people who are going to be leading out that day. It's going to be a wonderful Sabbath experience. I hope that you'll be a part of it. Everyone take care, and let's take care of everyone.